a convicted murderer.
Dancehall artist Vybz Kartel was arrested before daybreak this morning.
Yet still one of Jamaica's biggest dancehall acts.
Gold will always be gold. Gold could never be silver. And Vybz Kartel is gold.
Can prison officials stop Vybz Kartel?
It is the work of the correctional officers that have stopped the illegal recording of songs.
Or should they try to profit from him?
The deal is you produce X, I give you a commission on what you produce.
Offer the relatives of the victims some form of financial compensation.
On this episode of 18 Degrees North. Hello, I'm Zara Burton, and welcome to 18 Degrees North. It's from right here in Kingston, Jamaica, 18 degrees north of the equator, where every week we're going to take you on a global journey with us as we focus on Caribbean stories that have global impact. We begin our show with arguably Jamaica's most popular dancehall artist, Vybz Kartel. Despite being behind bars serving life for murder, the controversial entertainer has continued to top music charts in Jamaica and beyond, turning out hit after hit and growing his business enterprise. But Kartel's ability to profit while in prison is raising questions about where the money should go. During our reporting, we also found there were unequal and uneven opportunities for some Jamaican inmates. We're staying right here in Kingston at 18 degrees north and 77 degrees west.
No, not them, not that on my level. Not even I know how I do it.
He's been lighting up the dancehall charts almost every week.
The world boss continuing to cup awards and divide public opinion.
Partaken in musical clashes and released collaborations with well-known musical acts.
Boy meets girl, girl so neat.
The reputed king of dancehall Vybz Kartel is involved in all this while behind bars. Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, was convicted of a heinous murder that prosecutors say took place in 2011. Found guilty of killing Clive Lizard Williams,
Empire to the world, right?
with 3 co-conspirators. Williams's body was never found. But even as he serves out his life sentence and appeals his conviction, he still runs his businesses. A clothing line based on his Gaza community in Portmore and managed by his business partner, Mike Dawson.
We sell online, and most of the business comes from Europe.
A book, a play in the works, a record label, and most significantly, his music. Vybz Kartel was a hit before prison and remains a sensation even while there. Praised by international rapper Drake,
Vybz Kartel is one of my biggest inspirations, one of my favorite artists. No matter what, people are always holding up Vybz as an icon. So big up Vybz, man.
and the Rolling Stones' Mick Jagger.
Vybz Kartel's just completely mad dancehall, like totally different, and it's very difficult to understand a word it says until you've heard it about 100 times.
But not everyone thinks he should be allowed to wield that kind of influence. Just listen to Jamaica's then opposition spokesperson on youth and culture, Lisa Hanna, in a local radio interview about Kartel.
If you are convicted until you are not convicted, perhaps it is that your music needs not being played on the radio.
Even more unfair to some is how is he allowed to record in the first place if he is?
We need to find out how the songs are being made, how they're getting out, is there corruption in the prison system?
In 2016, Rolling Stone magazine reported Kartel had released more than 50 songs that year alone. The magazine, quoting Kartel through his lawyer, denied recording in prison, saying these songs were the fruits of a massive deposit of unreleased vocal material left behind before his arrest, updated for the moment by a cadre of trusted producers. We visited one of Kartel's producers who showed us how he's been updating old unreleased songs.
Play this. Vybz Kartel, Wine Your Waist, so wave.
Me love it when you wine your waist so. Me love it when you move your hips so.
Stop. So this though says April 22, 2016.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that's actually when he was in prison.
Okay, this was happened. That is when I transferred the 24 track at Mixing Lab, his vocal, to the hard drive. And take it off the hard drive to my thumb drive. Yeah,
and it was voiced when?
It was voiced 2001.
Raw.
Mixing Up recording studio. We got the tapes in and stuff, so...
How do you get the newness put into the songs?
When we fly back these old songs and these new beats, we cut them up and take out certain words out of it and put it on the intro, and it sound like it's words of today. And the ones that cannot work, what we do, we get other artists to go and collab on it.
Do you ever find that you need like an updated version of Kartel's voice?
Let me tell you something. I'm going to break this down to you, okay? Gold will always be gold. Gold will never be silver. What I'm saying. And Vybz Kartel is gold. No care what. Old, new, or whatever.
So you have to let him know that you're doing this?
No, because he buys the songs from me and stuff. But if I feel like there's an issue or problem and stuff, I contact his legal representative. And
do you really check with the attorney, or do you just call him up behind bars?
Yeah. So you got phone in prison? You get called?
Do you believe that he's recording behind bars? Do you believe that personally? Yes.
I don't think so. I think these songs are old songs.
But based on how current his music sounds, it's widely believed in Jamaica, Kartel must be recording from behind bars, at least to some extent. We visited Horizon Remand Center where he was housed for most of 2016. At the time, there was an expo showcasing furniture, paintings, bedding and crafts, all made by prisoners. The superintendent at the time, Marcia Cummings Page, would not comment on Kartel, but told us contraband is something all prisons face the world over.
Cell phone is not a problem in Jamaica alone, it's a problem international. And no matter what you do, and we will try to stem it, but it's an international, something really give us brain rocking, nerve rocking.
I thought you had some kind of system where they block the transmission of cell phone or radio waves.
That's not effective.
She admits some correctional officers facilitate the trade.
We have correctional officers who have been bringing in phone and drugs, and they were caught and went to the court and was sentenced.
So have you ever seen any of the people who were on your staff ever in your lifetime enter the prison system as a prisoner?
Yes.
In an access to information request, we asked Jamaica's Ministry of National Security whether any correctional officers had ever been disciplined in relation to encounters with Kartel. We were told that answer was exempt under the Act. But one inmate who filmed this video of Inside Horizon on his unauthorized cell phone told us, outside of the official prison programs, money is what talks behind bars, at least to some extent. We have not been able to authenticate the video recording. How did you get your phone? Because you say you got two.
A police.
A correctional officer or a police?
No, a police. A police never pay them.
So how does it work?
Alright. If you want to pay them now, if you want to phone them, you have to do it. When I'm my police, but in them, you can do it and just leave to me. I understand, I'm making meet my people and they don't give me the money.
How much is the money for the phone?
Like a bang an hour, 3 grand, and if I touch it, that's 6 grand.
So do most prisoners behind bars have phones?
Yeah.
And what do most prisoners use the phone to do?
Phone keep my company, you know. I was starting to see them and playing the game and WhatsApp my family and WhatsApp and phone, I make mine extreme more.
Incarcerated dancehall star Vybz Kartel is reportedly in more trouble.
A reported raid on Kartel's cell in 2013 found 2 cell phones, a DVD player and an iPod. Though his attorneys reportedly said another inmate had claimed ownership of the phones and the other items were approved by the remand center authorities, many people felt he was being granted special privileges as caricatured in this cartoon. But Cummings Page and our inmate at Horizon told us Kartel was treated just like other inmates. The Kartel producer True Blue that we spoke to was killed a few weeks after our taping. Police told us in early 2018 they do not have a motive for the killing. We did not get to independently verify the existence of the old Kartel recordings before his death. But the owner of the studio confirmed Blue recorded Kartel at his studio before the artist went to prison in 2011, and that Blue came there to convert some dated Kartel recordings to digital in 2016. Coming up on 18 Degrees North, Kartel moves to a prison with a recording studio. But would appellants like him ever be allowed to use it? That's next on 18 Degrees North.
A grim diagnosis.
I had at the time a glomus jugular tumor.
A need for specialized care.
It was squeezing the life out of me.
Megan Andrews, a teacher from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, sought help from the University Hospital of the West Indies in Jamaica that boasts cutting-edge technology and specialists working together from all fields.
If I can get all the cancer specialists in one room looking at your case, you have the benefit of 5 or 6 different opinions.
Our state-of-the-art interventional suite will facilitate more minimally invasive procedures.
With the interventional suite, we can use keyhole surgery via an injection in the groin without having to do the classic surgical incision.
This makes your medical needs more affordable, all while being part of our community.
You'll likely see someone from your country and a culture that is quite similar, which we know affects the outcome of patients.
They made me feel at home. I rate them top of the Caribbean.
Caribbean doctors caring for the Caribbean.
Call us and ask for the International Patients Office.